Cliff Schecter, Libertas LLC.
Yes, Cliff Schecter, I know you're on the road, buddy. Please drive carefully.
I get so excited by this show. You never know what can happen.
Well, indeed, yes. It'll be very exciting to hear you get into a minor traffic accident. I wouldn't want anything bigger than that.
Now,
But as you're driving, Cliff, you know we were talking, I guess yesterday, and there was a piece by Sam Stein where he outlines the what has been going on while people have been paying attention, largely, it seems to me, to the scandal element of the Trump administration, and
right.
and I think, to a certain extent on this program, we've been pretty good about covering a lot of these things, but I think it's worth recapping them, particularly, and we'll start obviously with the Paris Accords because that happened yesterday. Donald Trump got up and explained why he was pulling out of the Paris Accords. I want to play this
Very
clip.
coherent.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Very coherent explanation.
This was like vintage Bannon stuff, where he basically puts it up as if, and this is the part where he's talking about the sort of aggrievement. And one of the things that struck me about the conservative response to pulling out of the Paris Accords was, this is really going to piss off liberals. And then that's about it. There was no other, like, we can anticipate. Well, let's listen to this clip first with Donald Trump.
We want fair treatment for its citizens, and we want fair treatment for our taxpayers. We don't want other leaders and other countries laughing at us anymore, and they won't be. They won't be. I was elected to represent the citizens of Pittsburgh, not Paris.
He lost in Pittsburgh, but aside from that,
He didn't just lose in Pittsburgh. Hillary got 80% of the vote there. So just FYI, he really wasn't elected to represent Pittsburgh. That's only one of many things wrong with what he just said.
well, the interesting part is it strikes me as he was saying those leaders are not going to laugh at me anymore, and I think
He really should have said I was elected to represent Putin, not Pittsburgh.
Well, I mean, but look,
That would have been good alliteration.
That would have been it. Would have been fun for him to have all the P's. But the point is that aggrievement is what this is all about, right? I mean, he feels aggrieved by those world leaders, and Bannon feels aggrieved by those in Hollywood who didn't, embrace him in the way that he felt that they should have been. And this is all about aggrievement. Can anybody cite to me a single, and maybe I'm sure there has to be one, but I haven't seen a single piece written as to the benefits of pulling out of this accord. No one's made it.
And they can't justify it on the right because there is no benefits to it. Tillerson was supposedly making the argument for staying in within the administration. Exxon and other oil companies are in favor. Now, granted, they may not be in favor for all the right reasons, but they realize, like so many other companies do, that if, regulations shift up, down, over, left, right, wherever, there's no stability. And what you want in markets is you want stability, which is why I never understood why any business people were supporting Trump to begin with. So what could come down the road, of course, could always be worse. They were supportive of the situation. No, I mean, I want to talk more about that, but let's get to the broader point because you made that, and that is key. Dave Roberts, if you read his stuff at Vox, wrote a great piece about it, about this is sort of a big part of the war of cosmopolitanism, for lack of a better term, versus tribalism. And that gets into the agreement you're talking about. Like, that's it on a broader level. Look at who Trump's biggest supporters are. Look at who the people are who are like, I support Trump. Why? Because F you, that's why. They don't know his policies. They don't even have any real reason why supporting him. But if, the people who annoy them and fill in the blank, they're feminists and, environmentalists and whoever that might be on their list is supportive of somebody else and attacks Trump, that's more reason to support him. But start with Trump himself. that, I mean, there's never been anything, I think, so sort of indicative of Trump's mindset as we're going to stop the other countries from laughing at us. Because Trump always uses that phrase. If you go back and look, you will find many places where he talks about, they're laughing at us, they're laughing at us. Because his whole life, the people he's wanted to be around have laughed at him. He was the guy, who owned the apartment complexes in Brooklyn and Queens, and the people in the big city on the hill in Manhattan were laughing at him. He was the guy who went to that, what do you call it, dinner, and Obama was making fun of him and laughing at him. He's the guy, Bannon, as you pointed out, tried Wall Street, tried Hollywood. All of the elite were always laughing at him. And you can take that on. I mean, that's one of the reasons the namesake of the site, Breitbart, originally got his site as a right-winger. He was a left-winger, but he was laughed at in Hollywood. So much of the current conservative mindset, it's not about, I believe free trade is good. I believe there's some value, opening up markets and expanding markets and, giving their mindset is good, or at least of traditional conservatism. It's not that I think we should think about it before we get involved in foreign adventures, because things that are not well planned out are end up badly. It's not that I think, tradition has served us well in many cases, and before jumping into social experiments, we should respect that. It's not that fiscal conservatism, quote unquote, is good, and we should rein in expenses. Sort of the tenets of what you could call traditional conservatism, they have nothing to do with this. This is reactionary politics. This is the sort of far right-wing populism that gives birth to fascism. It's where you look at all the people you hate, all the people that have aggrieved you, all the people that have stopped you from getting what you deserve, the respect of the people you deserve, the support of the people you deserve, and you just want to destroy them. That's Bannon's politics. That's Trump's politics. It's the politics of most of of all right-wing media, the entertainment complex, of much of what used to be the intellectual, which used to exist. You could disagree with much of it, and I did, but it existed. Most of it is complete rot, and what's left of it that still tries to adhere to any intellectual tradition, call it your David Frum or whatever, has broken with Trump because there is none there. That's the description of this. There are no benefits. There's no real even requirements of the Paris Accords. It's a way of saying we should be working with others internationally to try to solve a problem. But that to them is a bridge too far, because we should never. Life is a zero-sum game. It's you against everybody else, and if you're not dominating everybody else, you're losing. That's the Trump-Bannon mindset, and that's what's going on.
Hey, Sam Seder here. Folks, you probably heard about the whole YouTube advertiser apocalypse. Well, we're suffering from it too. We need your help. If you want to keep this show alive, you want us to be able to still put out clips on a regular basis, head over to our Patreon page. Here's the link right here or down below there. And just give us a couple bucks a month and support this program. Really appreciate it.